This is a tough video. It's not one I ever wanted to make. Welcome back to Career Ending Opportunities. I'm Simon Knapp, and every week here we look for ways to change career and find personal and financial fulfillment in everything that we do. So I've wanted to record this video now for about a week, but just haven't really been able to bring myself to it. This is a video all about failure. I've talked about it before several times on the channel, looking at the fact that when you come to change career, you're probably going to find hurdles that are hard to cross first time around. And I've come up against one recently, and it kind of knocked me for six. For those of you new to the channel, in 2018, I quit my job as a British Airways captain with a goal to ultimately change career to be a computer programmer or to do programming and coding freelance or as a full-time job. Along that path from the start to the end goal, I have got a contracting job out in China where I'm flying a different aircraft doing long haul flying, but it's giving me more time at home and more time to work on my side projects. So what's going on right now? Well, I just failed. I failed something kind of big. I failed my captain's simulator check here in China, and I failed the sim check, the simulator session, which is the first failure I've ever had in aviation, and it kind of hit me for six. It left me stewing for a few days, not really sure who I was annoyed at, what I was upset by, and if I was really concerned at all. Ultimately, it's no big deal career-wise. It's something that I can do again after a bit more practice, and the company have owned up to the fact that they didn't really help me get to a point where I was ready for the test. But that's by the by. Ultimately, this is a failure that I'm having to deal with, and yes, it looks exactly like the failures that I briefed myself for, that I prepared for. It feels exactly the same as I'd expected, but it doesn't feel good. And one of the contributing factors is definitely the fact that when you're trying to change career, when you're trying to do one job, teach yourself something new, learn a new skill, and be a partner, a parent, a good friend, be present in your life outside of your job, you can spread yourself so thinly that something's going to have to give. And this time it was my main job, my main salary, and my main income source, which is possibly why it hurt as well. And failure is a really strange thing. It leaves you feeling isolated even though you're not. I didn't want to tell my wife, I didn't want to talk to my friends about it, and there's no real good reason as to why. Everybody has failures at some point in their life, everyone has stumbling blocks, and especially when you're changing jobs and changing careers, there's going to be a number of things that you can foresee, and then there are things that you can't foresee. All offer opportunities to trip over yourself or to just trip up and get stuck and maybe slow your progress down. And the majority of these are entirely out of your control. And really the effect that failure has on you is just limited by how you actually react and respond to it. You could curl up into a ball in the corner and cry yourself to sleep every night, realizing that you did your best, but your best wasn't good enough. Or you could treat it as your Chumbawamba tub-thumping moment of getting knocked down, but getting back up again and never being kept down. Oh, that's an old reference. But you and I, we're trying to change careers, we're trying to change jobs, trying to start small business, going from something comfortable and stable and going through a process where you don't have that safety net to your end goal. And I think given that we're trying to make such big positive changes, it would be incredibly naive to believe you'd go from day one to your end goal without having a stumble at some point. By starting and continuing through this process, you're actively trying to swim upstream. You're swimming against the advice of people that say get a career that'll last you for life and retire comfortably. You're going against those people that say just get a stable job and keep your head down. You are actively trying to create change. And change for the better. So don't judge yourself for failing. I did for a couple of days. It's hard in the heat of the moment to not be upset or annoyed at yourself, but it really is how you bounce back that's important. Don't judge yourself for the failure. Don't allow yourself to be beaten down by getting something wrong one time and have it set you back years or have it scare you off this change altogether. Embrace what happened, learn from it, try to do it differently next time, but don't let yourself be browbeaten and don't shrink down into a small passive ball and let the world just surround you and beat you up. Because this change, this positivity that you're trying to instill in your life through changing career really is for yourself and for your family, and who cares what anybody else thinks along the way. Judge yourself on your integrity and how you react to these troubling moments. This ultimately is one of the great things I love about having this channel, is that it allows me to voice my concerns with where I am in life and the mistakes that I'm making and any problems that arise. I get to share with you, and then I get great emails and great feedback with other people that are going through similar events or having issues or making big changes or are inspired to take steps to improve what they have in life. If you've been failing recently, or if you haven't and you're having great success, leave a comment below. A like for the video and a subscribe would be appreciated as well. Normal service will resume with a Mindset Monday, which I have already recorded, but I have yet to edit. It'll be out on Monday morning. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.